Marriott Hotel. This is Asara, Satepara, my eye. So as you can see, this sign says disaster. 15,000 Russian troops. Part of this mission is secure and protect the continuity of the United States government in the event of natural disaster or war. Imagine that. To protect the United States government is what it says. In the event of natural disaster or war. Okay, so it doesn't say protect the United States. As you can all see that yourself. What it says is really plain and obvious to the point. We don't care about no one but ourselves. It says part of this mission is to secure and protect the continuity. That means the movement, the regeneration, the longevity, and the staying in place of the United States government. The problem is, who are you going to govern if you don't protect the citizens who you have taken oath to be responsible for, the citizens that has given you all of their consideration of who they hired to be in control of their best interest? Wasn't even a determination that was made by the citizens. The citizens were born under a system of tyranny that had been implemented from the many wars, World War I, World War II, Vietnam, you name it, Civil War, French Revolution, Nazi Germany, every damn thing that's about these white men on this earth is all based on them wanting to reign supreme and be God over the earth, where they can just terrorize and take money, rape women, incarcerate people. This is the only thing that we have gotten from albinism. Now, I claim that albinism was a deliberate issue of effort by controllers who knew that the removal of the melanin from people would make them be people that was quick to have activities like the activities we have all seen demonstrated from the Caucasoid race. The Caucasian people who used to be melanated people had their melanin removed from them deliberately under laboratory conditions under the Caucasus Mountains, where the Ashkenazi Europeans as well as the Khazars. This group of people went into Africa and studied African sciences with the black scholars and the black gods who tried to civilize them and bring them up to a status of awareness that could make the world be more safe for people living in it, with these people who had proven over and over that they had barbaric tendencies that had to be dealt with. In my opinion, they should have killed all those motherfuckers right then. And they would have too, as the men was instructing the women to do. All the black men, the melanated men during this era was telling all of the women, we need to kill them. These are unnatural people that is going to cause a big disturbance on the earth. But the kind heart of the melanated woman insisted, no, we're going to educate them. And once we educate them, they will be able to understand how things work better, and we don't have to worry about this odd behavior anymore. They were wrong. They were all wrong. They should have all been killed. All of them. This world would be so much more safe if all those freaking albinos would have been killed when there was a small number of people. No. The good heart of the melanated people let them grow in numbers, and this is what they become. I'm going to show you who they grew up to be. Okay, by not killing their asses then, this is what they became. The same tyrant bullshit that we saw in Nazi Germany, now you see the Russians doing it, as well as the American soldiers, okay? One thing that they always have in common is their melanin recessive ass face and skin, that they always find black uniforms darker than their whiteness to cover themselves with. You never see them motherfuckers go and put on anything white to do anything except be doctors or ministers. That's the only time when they put on their whiteness. Okay, when they could be a minister, Bishop Blake running his ass around with that white shit on. The Pope, all these white garbs is a representation of nothingness. meaning nothing to offer, nothing to be as a contaminant to whatever you add. There will be nothing to contaminate it. All right. So what's needed and what's necessary is for the melanin to be put back in these vicious ass people, or these people be killed altogether. Now that's why the light ships are here. That's the reason the Starship Federation is here right now, to kill you white people for all the bullshit you guys have done all over this planet to yourself and to other people. Just like what you just saw. White men with uniforms and guns, just like you see these bastards right here. These are the reasons why there is so much poverty on the earth, because they're selfish and they want to walk around and present themselves as God when they give you their bitch ass image of Jesus as God, alright? That white man is not God. That's all to it. You're not going to pop up on this earth after there's been an existence of us melanated people on this earth for millions of years, knowing that the sun was God. And then these bastards come on the earth and get instruction from some corrupt black people who masterminded all this shit. These white people can't think well enough. Want me to tell you what? If they could think so good where to put this together, why do they have to constantly have war, 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 war? Why couldn't they just have war one time, or either just pull it off without having war at all? Because they're warmongers. That's the reason why they can't. Because they are serious warmongers. Okay, here he is standing his ass up there where somebody could be just one sniper, pop his ass right in his pineal gland. That's just what he needs. That is exactly what he needs, so he can have a reality check about what he's doing, so the whole world can sleep at night without worrying about these bitches pulling up in front of their house, hoarding them out, putting them into trucks, taking them somewhere to experiment on them, try new drugs on them. All this shit they've been doing forever, torturing people to find out ways to use mind control, cutting up women, using just horrible, evil, wicked ass, melanin recessive devils. The removal of their melanin made them ungodly. So now we have a world with prostitution, alcohol, drug abuse, sodomizing little boys up in the damn Vatican. And then Pope Francis talking about he don't think there's anything wrong with men loving men and women loving women. Well, guess what? There is something wrong with it, okay? Because it is a stagnation of the harmonical balance. It throws out the equilibrium of everything that was arranged and ordained universally by the universal supreme creator, who did not want men to be fucking men and women to be having women. This would impede birth of people on earth, and that is not what we want. The only people who wants to see birth impeded on the earth is these self-aware white motherfuckers who know that they are incomplete, but they know that there is opportunity to do this stupid shit right here that you see by remaining melanin recessive and combating all of the natural forces on earth, which the weather gonna kick their ass. Okay, the weather gonna fuck them up. They came up with their little stupid weather machines that they had, but then the Federation showed up to let them know, you know what, shut the fuck up, alright? You ain't got shit, alright? They sitting around here scared now, but they want to convince the American people that they have power, so this is why they showing you all this shit. They showing you all this shit on TV, but they know the minute they start trying to implement something and put it into effect, they all going to be killed. But they so damn stupid that even though they know they're going to get killed, and they know that the universal force is being sent here by our supreme creator to eradicate them and to protect the citizens. So what they do is they go out of their way to convince all the citizens that Jesus is still coming, you know, and everything is fine, you know. This is Jesus right here. This is Jesus. This whole Jesus bullshit came from these motherfuckers in Russia that created that white ass Jesus. Russia, as well as England, as well as Rome, as well as the United States, are all benefiting from the world foolishly accepting these white men as an image of purity and God love, when you can see what they do. You're not going to give me white Jesus and tell me that he's God, and then you see all these white men that look like Jesus always perpetuating terror and hatred and murder and war and theft and decadence all over the planet, even to their own women. And then you see the black man pictured around the world, profiled around the world as Mr. Wrongdoer, and all they do is lock us up in prison, keep us broke, tell lies on us. He stole a bike, he did this. And then they have all the history of them building up wealth from going all around to everybody land, murder them and stealing their shit, okay? would always have these dumbass flags with them everywhere they go. You know, that flag give them the right to be the Hillary Clintons and the George Bushes and the Ronald Reagans, all right, and the Hitlers. That's what's common with them all the time. You know, and then when you have a bunch of white men who've always kept their negative activities amongst their own gender, then all of a sudden you see women popping up like Condoleezza Rice and freaking Margaret Thatcher and freaking Hillary Clinton. You know, these are some fucked up women. Because when the white man is treacherous and evil as they are and as hateful women as they are, but then all of a sudden they find a woman who they let rise up to the occasion and get involved with their brutal shit, you know that is a wicked bitch, okay? There ain't nothing good gonna come from any of this. How can anything good come from this? These dumb motherfuckers playing allegiance to a flag. And look what they got right here. Look at this. Do you see this right here? Let me show you what that is. So I can show you how hypocritical they are and how fucked up they are and how they want to be God. And they know they're not, so they want to attack God. Look what that is. Do you see in the middle the god Asara sitting up on that djed, what they later called a podium or whatever? You see him right there in the middle, right? Do you see? That's the god Asara right there. Okay? Look what he's sitting on. They call that the djed. Alright? That's what that is. All this is ancient Kemet. Okay? There's his son Aru. We already know we saw it. And then that'll be his wife. A set, okay? The true Madonna of where Mary ass came from, okay? There's the whole family, the whole royal family that had been implemented and established on earth as the God, Goddess, God family way before any Europeans were even born. But as you can see, they took Asara's djed right there and put it right there as the throne, okay? Only thing you see Asara's missing off of it. But symbolic, that's what it is. It's a representation of the throne, of the ruler. So now you got it in Russia, but look what they did. They stole our shit again. You see, there's the djed right there. See? And then look what's on top of it. The woman, spirit coming to earth from the universe. See? Do you see it there? So they got it everywhere. Look, even there. See, it's everywhere. They stole our knowledge. Do you see? The V right there, it's going up to the heavens. And then they got their little pedophile cross on top of it. But as you can see, what's above is below. That's what those steeple points always mean, like the pyramids. So the force can come down and meet it. So they stole our knowledge. And since they're not wise enough to use the real true magic to make the knowledge, the real magic that make harmony and peace and justice all be implemented in a societal occurrence where everyone can be for each other, trying to feed each other what we saw other white men in uniform going to destroy. So it's real obvious that what their mission is to destroy all the bestowed presence of God in us human beings and make us become careless people and foolish consumers and in quest of freaking materialism. This is what they perpetuate. Materialism as being what's important. And materialism is not what's important. More than people, okay? Alright? So then you get miseducation from these guys that teach us all to be violent and shit. Then you got young men who can't have respect for older men that walk around acting stupid, drinking that poison that they gave us too. Yeah, they gave us alcohol too, alright? Hard liquor, wine, all that shit, tobacco, drugs, methamphetamine, all that shit came from these deluded ass white brains that don't want nothing but this. This is all they want, is this type of confrontation on the earth. This type of bullshit where they don't do anything but rain terror down on everyone. And then they think they're supreme behind the acts of genocide. This is how weak-minded they are and how their thought patterns is so fucked up and interrupted.